Hey everybody, Chief here. Hope everybody can hear me. I'm still kind of playing around with my new audio setup. Hey, what's going on, DK and what's that? Mobile Lion, sorry, and Dark Warrior. So this is the Sunday podcast stream. It's a weekly podcast that I do for the War Robots community. I'm basically just here trying to give everybody a platform. So feel free, those of you that are watching, to share your thoughts and opinions on the subjects as we're talking about them. I'll do my best to get everything read. And today's topic is going to be the confirmed merger for iOS and Android. It's kind of might be a little bit difficult for us to talk about, but I wanted to kind of get in here and talk about it early. I know it's on a lot of people's minds. Some people are all for it, some people are against it. So I've got a couple of Android players and a couple of iOS players joining me for um, today's podcast. And those that are joining me is I've got a couple of Android players from the Boss Clan over on Android. I've got their leadership. That's Mechagod. He was on a recent podcast here, so you might remember him, and his co-leader, Itch Please. From iOS, I've got Toxic from Den of Thieves, and Chino Q will be coming up shortly. He's running a little bit behind, closing up the shop, but we do expect him to pop on. So, yeah, I kind of went over everything with the stream. Seriously, this is all for you. This is your platform to share your ideas, your thoughts. If you disagree with something, that's cool. You don't have to agree with anything I say or any of the guests. None of this is scripted. I don't know what they're gonna say. Um, it is what it is. So, hopefully you will take advantage of that, and we'll have a nice, good discussion. And who knows, maybe somebody from Pixonic might listen to this later on and see what some of our concerns or thoughts are on the process or the merger itself. Um, hey, Becky. Was Dominic and Sir B Rad. So we're getting quite a few people coming in here. Hopefully everything is good with the audio over there on the Discord side. I do have the guests join me in my Discord channel, and we kind of talk things out through there. But yeah, I don't want to waste too much time talking about these things. But for those of you that are really into podcasts, any or new to the channel, all of my podcasts get put up on Podbean podcasting and on iTunes podcasts, so you can listen to previous episodes at your leisure. Just go to one of those sites. They are located in the video description here, and you can download those. Also, just a quick note, Toxic and Chino Q both have their own YouTube content sites, so stop by, check out their content. They're putting out videos fairly frequently as well, so hit those up, and hopefully you find something that you like. All your friends are on Android. All of my friends are on iOS. That's going to be a problem. Hey, what's up, vacuum lungs? But that's what we're going to talk about. So try and find a way. Maybe we'll come together as friends, enemies, who knows? But let's go ahead and get this started. And one last thing, I know I said that already, but one last thing. If you notice down at the bottom of the screen here, I hit my subscriber goal that I had set for myself. I wanted to hit 500 subs by the end of this month. Did it a couple of weeks in advance, so thank you to all of you that have subscribed to the channel. And Next step is going to be 1,000, and we'll just keep on going from there. So, if you haven't subbed yet, hit the sub button and share it with your friends and let them know about, this is kind of a unique opportunity for them to share their thoughts on War Robots. So bring them in here on Sundays, and we'll chat as much as possible. So let me pop over into to where my guests are, and we will get things started.
25 to 40,000 gold in my hangar, and it's down to like 1,300 right now.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Uh-oh.
Yep. We are live, and I've got a house full of folks that seem kind of eager to discuss today's topic. I kind of explained to them it's going to be a little difficult as we don't really have a lot of specifics, but this is trying to get in there early. Maybe we can discuss some things. Who knows? Pixonic, somebody might listen and see what we're thinking, or completely ignore us. I don't know. It's up to them. But that's what we're here for, is to talk this out, see what we come up with, and what our thoughts are. So real quick, just to introduce yourselves to the viewers, if you don't mind. I want to start with Bitch, please. If you want to tell us where you're from, or what platform you're on, a little bit about your history in War Robots.
Yeah, I've been a player of War Robots for probably going on 4 years now. Started a clan called Badass Bots, and it turned out to be pretty awesome. We're 34th ranked now in the Android market, and I got the greatest guys around me, and I have a lot of fun with the game. It's a great game.
Cool, right on. I'm glad.
And thank you for having me, Chief.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate you coming on today. Next up, Mechagod. Real quick, I think some of the viewers might remember you, but for those that haven't seen you.
All right, so name's Michael Brooks. Been playing for about 3.5 years, and I'm in a badass clan with Bitch Please. We've been playing together now for probably coming up on about 3 years. Seems like.
Yeah.
So been playing together for a while, and been lucky enough to build this killer clan and climb the ranks.
Right on. And thanks for coming back for another round of the podcast. And I understand you and Bitch Please actually hooked up recently.
Yeah, we met for the first time. I literally just got in from a 6-hour drive 5 minutes ago. So
right
I'm
on.
trying to make dinner and coffee and podcast at the same time, so I apologize for that.
Multitasking. Hey, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
You gotta do it, dude.
All right, and next up, I've got Toxic here.
Yeah, hey, thank you for having me, man. I'm Toxic. I am an iOS player. I'm in a pretty kick-ass clan called the Den of Thieves, DOT. We're currently, I think, 7 in Triple B. We've climbed the ranks pretty fast, and we've only been a clan for like 4 or 5 seasons. But I've been playing probably about 4 years, and I've got a really good clan, really good people, and every time I get on to play, it's just hang out with them most of the time.
Well, right on, and glad that you could join us here. I think, I know I'm familiar with Den of Thieves, and I'm sure pretty much any iOS players in Champion League have come across you guys, but currently your tag is listed as Moby.
Yes, we did have some personal issues involving a clan member passing away recently, so that's kind of why we have it. It's kind of in memory of him, because his name was Moby Dick. So
cool. Well, I appreciate you sharing that, and I just wanted to kind of let a few of the viewers know, because that kind of, you've got a couple of boss members here, and then you, and it just kind of shows that this is a really strong community that we have here with War Robots. So hopefully something with kind of along the lines with this merger. I think we'll see what happens. But this is a really, like I said, it's a really strong community, and we support each other. And I think right now there is a big divide between Android, iOS, and even the computer guys. But we'll see what we can talk about here shortly. Still waiting for Chino Q to come on, so I'll get him involved once he pops in. But I think the iOS players probably recognize him either as Chino Q or Q Balls. He was Q Balls until recently, but he's with.
That's Chino now.
Yeah, he's with Clan Vox, and he's pretty funny. So I mean, if you're not easily offended, I highly recommend checking out some of his YouTube. It's some pretty funny stuff.
I think to play War Robots, you kind of have to not be easily offended if you're in any of the communities.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The game tends to frustrate a lot of people, and we kind of need an outlet. And I think more often than not, that gets directed at the various communities: Facebook, Reddit, even YouTube sometimes.
For sure.
But
see a lot of negative stuff on that Facebook page, and a lot of times on YouTube.
Very toxic. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely can be. But I think there's good and bad on both sides of the aisle, and I don't know. I'm just gonna do my part to try and remind everybody that it's a fun game, and the community is what brings it all together, and the friends that we make, and that's what I try to remind everybody. But even I get frustrated at times, as some of you might have heard on my last live stream. But it is what it is, and at the end of the day, we're all just people and players, and trying to find an outlet and have a good time. Unfortunately, right now, that is kind of limited, because you have to either play iOS or Android, or the lucky very few that play on computer. But the largest markets are definitely in Android and iOS. So for the viewers that, and I'm not sure who wouldn't be aware, but for those of you that may not be aware, the last dev stream, they did confirm that they are actively working on merging the platforms. So that's what we're here to discuss. They didn't give any solid information for it. They didn't tell us when, anything like that, but I think it's a big step for Pixonic to publicly admit that that is something that they're working on, because they really kind of avoided it up until that point. So here we are. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good thing? We'll just kind of start basic. Is this a good thing, bad thing?
I think it's a great thing myself. Yeah, just more players to play with, give the top clans more top clans to play against, hopefully get better matchmaking out of it for everyone. As you said, like the haves and the have-nots, hopefully it'll kind of separate us a little more with the bigger player base.
Right. Okay. So
yeah, I think it would also be pretty good to just, it would definitely, I think, they would probably cut down the amount of Masters players, because, correct me if I'm wrong, they did make it so that it's harder for people to drop league points now, so that I guess after a certain point of league points, you stop losing them and you kind of keep going back up. So it's pushing a lot of low Masters players up to champ ranks to fight top squads, and it's, I think that with the platform there, will kind of take care of that, because in fact, there's more variety of champ players around. So I think that that'll probably be better for especially the players who are still trying to get into champ leagues themselves.
Right, and that's a pretty good point that you bring up, as far as with them trying to combat tanking, they kind of created another issue, and that's pushing a lot of people up that may not be quite ready for it. So what about you, bitch? You don't mind if I call you that?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. The name's Gavin, but bitch works. I don't mind.
Sorry, I had to.
He's kind of used to it with us.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Everybody says that. It's great. I'm definitely for it. I don't think it's going to fix the matchmaking issues. I think it's going to add a lot more randoms. It is going to add a lot more of the top clans, but as few top clans as Android truly has when you look at the top 50 and that are putting up full squads every night, and we already can't get one-on-one very often, full squad against full squad. It's putting us up against a lot of randoms. I'm really hoping that we see a lot more clan on clan action. Um, but I just don't know that it's going to fix it. But I think it's going to be a great move towards hopefully making it better, where we can come up against clan versus clan more.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, I'm kind of hearing from you guys that it might be at least somewhat of a solution for matchmaking. It might help with solidifying the leagues because you have a larger player base. A little bit more fair competition, possibly. Um, so, I don't think anybody would disagree that those would be all positives. And personally myself, I'm all for it. The more players, the better. That's really the strength of any game, is how many players do you have playing at once. So right now it's kind of difficult to gauge that with the different platforms separated. But it kind of can lend to some pretty interesting things as well. Before I get any further, though, I had a couple of questions from the viewers. Let me see. Do you think they will make new leagues higher than champs soon? And I think that kind of plays in a little bit to the merger.
Stan did mention something about that. I know that it was in the same, I think, video, or the Ask Stan one, I believe, and he did say that yes, it was under consideration. I can't remember what the ranks were specifically called, but I think he listed off maybe 2 different ones that would be above Champions League. That's all I know.
Yeah, that could be a little bit crazy, but it might be needed to bring that separation. But then again, I think it might also put a little bit more in that competition, that some of the average players, they strive for, but I mean, they may not be able to get. Right now everybody's still pushing for champ. You add 2 more to the list, and it might be almost unattainable for some people. I don't know.
Maybe, but it would also be interesting to see what the rewards pools would be like for like the honor points and all that.
Right.
I mean, my only concern with it is they already show it frequently where we have a full squad of boosted champs, half or more MK2. We still see expert league players, random.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. I think if they add more, it's not really going to change anything. I think before they did that, they need to work on Matchmaker. The league system's fine if Matchmaker had anything to do with leagues. It doesn't seem like it does, though. Because why would an expert league play against a full squad of champs? Yeah. It's just, I never understand that. I'll wait longer, Pixonic. If you're listening, I will wait much longer for a good battle.
I hope it fixes our issues. I don't think that it will, but I'm with you. I would rather wait a minute or longer to face a full clan, even if they're, some that are higher than us and will just run right over us. It's good practice for us. I don't enjoy running over randoms in 2 minutes. It's not fun. It's actually getting a little boring to do.
Right. Kind of going on. I'll just go on to the next question there. I don't really have an opinion on that, other than the league system is really just a false number, and they just came up with random numbers and said, okay, people from here to here are this good, and people from here to here are that good, and I mean, they could run the game without leagues for all I care. I'd play the same. Had another question though. Is there as much shield cycling on Android? and I think that's referencing the Ares shield, the Ares trains.
Oh God. I don't know if there's as much or more, but it's annoying. I mean, it's unfortunately the tactic works. So when you're playing clans that use whatever tactics work, no matter how boring, obviously we see a ton of it.
Right. And yeah, it's almost a constant thing. It's to the point on iOS where even randoms are, doing it in
Grouping it up.
regular matches. So yeah, it gets.
I was just about to say that, yeah, randoms are even running Ares trains right now. They're everywhere.
Yeah, hopefully Pixonic takes care of that sometime in the near future. Um, so I don't know if that answered your question or not, but yeah, I imagine it's pretty much everywhere that they're doing that. Um, and there was a question too about how many players on Android vs iOS, and I mean, I don't know if anybody here could give you a definitive answer on that, but I mean, maybe one way to gauge it. I mean, I'm only familiar with Champion League because Champion League, the way they break it out, is different than the other leagues. As in, for Champion League, once you make Champion League, you go into an individual Champion League, your league. So you're in Champion League 1, that means you're actually Legend League, and then Champion League 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on down the line until you have everybody that's in a league and they get ranked out, if that makes any sense to you. But I can tell you from my experience, at the end of a season, on iOS, there's usually between 110 and 120 champion leagues. So that would be 100 people in each league. So I'm sure somebody smart can do the math. Do you guys know anything about that on Android?
Honestly, no. I've never looked to see how many leagues there are. I really have no idea on that one.
Okay.
I don't either.
Well, yeah, that I don't know. That kind of, I guess, goes into.
I've always been curious. I've heard rumors that Android pays more. They make more money off Android, but I don't know how reliable that is, and what that really means. We might have more players, or just might have people who spend more money. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure, from what I've heard, there are more people playing on Android, and it would make sense because Android is an operating system that's available on numerous manufacturers' devices. iOS is only available on Apple devices. So I think just with that alone, you're going to find a lot more people on Android servers. So that might equate to more money. I don't know how that works, but that would be kind of interesting to see if we could figure that out. But anyway,
That would be nice to see the numbers. Yeah.
Someone said that they are currently in Champion 113 on iOS.
yeah. So that's what 10,000. Was that
That's
11?
a lot of people.
11. I don't know. Somebody do the math on that. I'm not very good with math. Let me see. Got a calculator though.
It'd be like 13,000.
That's just Champions
Yeah,
League.
11,300.
11,300.
Right, just in
Champs.
Champion League. Yeah. So, and honestly, I don't know how much the different servers get separated geographically. Is all of iOS, regardless of where they live, on that? And is Android the same? Because I know there are different play servers. You can get on the Asian server or the European server, the North American server, depending on what time of day you play or if you live in that area. Um, so I'm not sure how things are separated as far as that either. But I guess that would be another issue that they would have to solve if they were going to merge us, right?
Yeah. That would almost help if they merged the servers some, because I know a lot of people hide on different servers. Like the people in North America, we've got clans that'll go to the European server when the when they're slower, it's not as many clans running to get away from the stronger clans that'll be in the North American server.
Right. And I mean, I don't know if there's any way for xCHIEFx to really combat that, but I think merging servers like that, I don't know, that could cause more lag. Who knows?
Yeah, it probably would.
There'll definitely be some lag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely be more lag.
It will. It's unavoidable.
Right. And I think that's kind of a con that we might be looking at with any kind of a merger. I mean, when you're putting more people on servers, because
Servers slow down.
yeah, it's gonna be felt at some point unless they do some serious upgrading on all of their hardware before they do any of the merging. Which I mean, I don't know who their IT people are, but you know, I imagine they pay a lot of money as it is just for the servers that we're on. Um, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to more lag personally. Um,
No one does.
no. But I think that would almost be a fair trade-off if these things did in fact get us to better matchmaking, more fair competition. Um, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I would deal with a little bit more lag if the merger fixed, its potentials to fix.
Yeah.
And we don't really know how it's going to be implemented or what other cons are going to come up that nobody expected.
Right. And there's always going to be some kind of an issue.
Oh yeah.
Hang like desking, wire, not so many offers on Steam platform, more on Android and iOS because there's less people playing. Honestly, I don't know that any of us can answer that because I
I
imagine
think it's
there's
based off of how many of the deals you actually do.
and I think there's also marketing restrictions that are on Steam that are not necessarily the same as Android and iOS because I know you guys don't get ads either. So that's you know something else to
That
kind of
stinks.
yeah. Um, so it very well just could be a marketing restriction. I don't know. And they also didn't really specify, or maybe I missed it, about merging the computer platforms. I don't know if that's even possible to merge, PC players with mobile players. Um, it's probably unlikely. I don't know. All right. So some of the people I have talked to in the past have mentioned some concerns that they have over things like Android, more cheaters, more hackers. Um, I've seen the videos. I know that it happens. I can't tell you that I've ever actually seen like a 100% confirmed hacker on iOS. I mean, I'm sure it's possible. It's just not something that we generally have to deal
It's not seen, at least as far as I know, it's not seen nowhere near as much as it's played out to be. Me personally, I mean, with the pilots now, there's a lot of questioning. How did he get his abilities so fast? And like, it might be explained by pilot abilities, but I have personally only seen one true hacker in a game, not somebody exploiting a glitch.
with. Right.
So I don't think it's as bad as people say, but there also might be smarter people that when they are hacking, they're only doing little changes that are not very obvious, especially with the pilots right now. Because you have some things that activate your active modules immediately, and you can do it again. And so you're sitting there like, oh, he just used his eye. Now he's got his eye again. How did that happen? And you think he's hacking when he's just got an ability that recharges it.
Right.
Or has it last longer? That's something I've been noticing a lot is people are staying when they hit me with QR, it's staying on there a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another thing is that Android does have the occasional hackers, but iOS has glitches, and I haven't seen it very much recently, but I know that a lot in the past there was a lot of plans that would abuse a lot of glitches. You, I don't know, were you around when the Invincible? What's the thing?
Yeah, the invisible
The
stealth
infinite
when they
stealth.
would leave the
Yeah.
game, come
The
back to
invisible
it, and it
stealth.
would stay
Yep.
still. Yeah, that was horrible.
The
Yeah.
glitches I can definitely say is whenever they're there, they are abused to the fullest on iOS. That's one thing that
I'll just warn everybody, when you play against me, you get recorded and it gets sent to Pixonic, and
exactly.
accounts start getting shut down.
Yep.
Yeah, I've run into a couple hackers, I think, on Google, but just because they're hacking doesn't mean that they're always winning. When they're squatted with their teammates, it does give them the advantage. And if you could catch them, I'm like with Mikey, send it to Pixonic and let them take the course of banning or suspending their account. But it doesn't always give them the advantage. You can still put them face down on the ground and keep going. Just got to play smart. But they're out there.
And then the kill is even more satisfactory.
Yeah, exactly.
It is. It really is.
Get to laughing like,
When I love dropping stealth specters that were still stealth, and I still dropped them. It's like you're cheating and you're still not beating us. That's pathetic. More pathetic than just cheating.
The most recent one I think was when the Aljun would hit the ground. You could make it stay in stealth for a little bit longer while it's still walking around. That one I didn't see too much, but I knew it was going around. I did see a few videos on it. That was when the Aljun was first released, I think.
Right, and I think with any video game, if there's a bug or a glitch and it could be taken advantage of, players are inherently going to do it.
Yeah.
It's not really something that you should do, but it's things like that really should be caught on the test server before things go live. But I'm sure any game, sometimes they don't catch everything because simply don't think to try it certain ways. I don't know. Um, and really the test server is a completely different build than the live server, so it doesn't have necessarily the exact same coding. But I think that is a legitimate concern that some players might have. Hackers. Because they hear about it, and it's mostly on the social media. They hear, oh, there's tons of hackers on Android, and or their own experience with other games that might have been, you know, um, not necessarily merged, but that were not separated even from the beginning. Sometimes Android, because the code in Android is a lot easier to take advantage of for people that are really into that kind of stuff. But
Kind Rexa just wrote in chat. He brought up another good one is that stealth glitch with the Spectre, where you would fall and you would use whatever weapon on your side to keep you holding on to the side of a wall, and it would leave you in stealth. That one was annoying.
yeah,
Not as annoying as the shot range shooting through walls.
Yeah, that one was the worst. Wow, that lasted forever too.
I am just 100% glad that they fixed that lockdown ammo with the shock train before I hit the live server.
Yeah, that was
one shot lock the whole team down thing. Like that was some serious if that ever reached the live server, I don't know when I would continue playing at that point unless it got fixed right away.
Okay, so for the Android guys, do you guys play on emulators or do you play just straight on your device?
Straight on my device.
Do you guys feel as though because there are a lot of Android players that do play on emulators? I mean, do you feel they actually have an advantage?
I believe some people may be able to play better. I don't think there's really any advantage because I've got one guy that plays on a tablet with his index fingers, and what he does with this game is magical. He's not using it, and I'd put money on him over anybody using an emulator that I know of. Right. So I think, like, I know me personally, if I played on an emulator, I could aim a lot better with a mouse than I can with a screen. But is it that much of a tactical advantage where you're going to notice it? I don't think so. I think some people are better than others, and I don't think you'll notice.
Yeah, you got to be smart and watch the field. If you see something fishy, you got to play it. You got to play smart and beat it. It is out there. I've seen two Aries be able to keep popping their shields where you can't touch them. It is out there. You know, that's not supposed to be possible. I don't care if you're a full squad and a full clan with all the boosters going. You're not supposed to be able to do that. We have ran across that and we beat it. You got to play it. You got to record it and report them, and that's the best way to try to get it away from us, is to keep reporting them and hopefully they get banned. But
Right.
it's not as bad as anybody might think, though, from the iOS guys. You know, I know y'all don't hear about it. We don't see it that often. It's not in every battle we're encountering hackers, but you know, 1 out of 40 games, we might encounter something fishy, like, hey, we just lost this, and you saw that, right? Like, that's not supposed to happen. So.
Right. And I mean, my personal view on emulators is, I mean, I don't care. I mean, originally, they were designed to kind of help people with disabilities, and gamers picked up on them, and years back, and started using emulators to play on different computers, and I think with some games it could give more of an advantage than I think you might find with War Robots. I think the biggest advantage is just being able to control your shooting, like as far as which weapons get shot at certain times, whereas we have just the big red button. So
can you guys on iOS not fire them independently?
We can, but
I mean, it's
you've
difficult.
You've got 4 weapons,
yeah.
And you're trying to turn with your left hand, and you shoot with your right hand. It's kind of hard to just.
I've never played iOS, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, we have the same controls.
I think Game Room still has the reload button that I'm waiting for. I would love a reload button.
I can't wait for the reload button. It's gonna be awesome.
I would love a reload button.
I don't want the reload button. I spend enough money just trying to stay where I'm at, which isn't top of the tier. But I would hit that a lot if I had a reload button, and it would probably be expensive knowing Pixonic.
10 gold per reload.
or a monthly subscription to have it. Premium.
Alright, but kind of to keep us a little more on track here with the the merger. I mean, they didn't give us anything specific to go off of. I can kind of only go off of what people have mentioned to me in the past, or if some people are mentioning things here on the stream. But what are we really looking at? I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, timeline wise, I mean, do you guys? I mean, I know it's a shot in the dark, and I don't think anybody's going to hold anybody to it. But I mean, what do you guys think? A reasonable timeline of when we might expect to see something like this?
Hopefully sooner than later, but not anytime soon. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be here this year.
So you think longer than a year?
Well, I mean, we might start to see more information about it come the beginning of next year, but I don't think that they're going to really give us any more insight.
I think you're going to see a merger on the test server for quite a while before we see it in the live server. Working bugs out.
I heard talks of it 6 to 8 months ago of the merger of the two platforms. I've been excited about it. I'm ready for it. I hope it's not as long as a year. I really hope that it's something that they're pushing for and really working on.
Right. Hey, Chino, you need to join the the Discord, bro. He's in chat, just the wrong one.
Oh.
But,
One way to make an entrance.
you know, I mean, I don't know how long all this stuff takes, but I imagine if Pixonic was willing to go public and at least for the first time confirm, yes, we are actively working on this. I don't know. With their history, they don't tend to tell us much until, you know, really with
After they
more
do
of a
it.
short notice. You know.
Yeah, until it's ready to go and
Right. Now I'm not
coming out next week. Oh yeah, here we go.
Orderly, amigos.
What's up, Chino?
What's up, Chino?
Hi.
Hey Tino.
Man, I was just trying to talk to YouTube. It's like, oh man, what the heck?
Yeah. Well, we've got Chino here. He's in chat with us now. You wanna give a quick breakdown or introduction to yourself, Chino, and just let him know who you are. You know what platform and everything, and a little bit about your history with War Robots.
Man, I think I spent too much. I don't know. I think I feel like I own the company, but then also I've been playing for like over a year now, and yeah, just loving this game and meeting friends. And
Right.
I hate Aries. That's my main thing. There we go.
Well, you're not alone on that one. So.
No, definitely not there.
No.
It's just boring. That's why. I mean, I use it, if I need to, but to me, it's just boring. No skills needed, really. Yeah. I've been listening to you guys earlier. Yeah,
All right.
great stuff.
Great stuff. Well, now we're waiting for you to pop in and liven it up a little bit for us. 'Cause I'm sure you've got some other thoughts that we haven't been talking about yet.
Well, I just know that I'm just waiting for the urge, because it's like, yeah, we've been playing for a year or two in this, and we're always facing the same people. You kind of know who the top people are, and now I kind of want to, extend it where I want to see the other side, who's their best players, go up for some more challenges.
You're with Vox, right?
Yes.
We are.
Unfortunately,
I'm excited to see Vox versus Core. That's what I want to see. Vox versus Gods. I want to see that.
Are you sure about that? Because I got some video posted. I don't know if you want to see it.
No, I want to. I'm not with them. I want to see it. I get creamed by them when I play them.
Yeah, they're guys that cream us. It's gonna be a good battle. I'm sure that you'll win some and they'll win some. It's not gonna be one that's just gonna be dominant over the other. But definitely some good stuff, good screenshots. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of damage dealt out on both sides. It's a lot of fun. I just want to see more squad, first or full clan versus full clan squads.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I also like about these pilots, I mean, everyone's still getting used to it or getting adjusted to it. But hopefully, it takes out some of the areas, because all these other bots that you put the pilots on, you could actually do some stuff with them, So, yeah, instead of seeing like 4 areas in one hangar.
So who's got the better clan, Android or iOS?
I haven't faced any Android. Keith, you play both or what?
No, I do not.
Okay. See, if you're gonna ask me straight up, I'll have to say iOS. I'm sorry, man. Shout out to the iOS players, man. What's up?
Yeah, I don't want to start an iOS against Android war. So I'm going to say neither one holds the best. I think the best of both platforms will have good battles against each other, and will both create losses and wins out of it.
Yeah, but I tell you what, though, Chino Q wants to join, the platform together, so I can go after Manny out there. I want to see him bash his desk and everything.
I want to chase him down with my Loki.
Yeah.
Run circles around him the whole game.
All right, so you're not gonna pick sides on who's the strongest, and that's probably something that's probably best not to try and figure out here, because I think you know
Time will tell, hopefully.
yeah, we can wait until the war
Yeah.
actually starts. But talking about clans, and that's something that we haven't really discussed as far as the merger, pre-merger. I've been on games that merged platforms before, and just before the merger, when the dates are figured out, man, you have got some crazy things going on with clans. You've got clans merging together, trying to get stronger, consolidating good players. You've got people reaching across the other platforms and basically pre-forming new power clans. There's some crazy stuff that happens. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
that'll be interesting to see what all happens there. Because clans merging don't always work the best, as we've seen recently on Android. I won't say who, but a couple of clans have got together, and from the outside, it's like, wow, that is. You take their powerhouses, that's going to be a mean group of people, and then a month later, they're almost disbanded. It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting what happens there, because people don't always vibe together once they start playing, and it doesn't take a whole lot to destroy a clan like that.
Well, it's the type A personalities that generally get into that kind of stuff, and that's the ones that usually clash the most amongst themselves. So
Right. You got to find the right guys to work with each other.
So I don't know, iOS kind of has issues with some clans. I mean, not necessarily disbanding, but there's a lot of open doors, I guess, at I'd say probably on the top 100 clans. People just kind of bouncing around a lot. So I can only imagine that merger gets announced, there's going to be a lot of people rolling out and going in different directions. So that would be a very interesting thing to pay
Probably
attention
see
to.
a few new clans form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New clans, I don't know, man. They that's a shot in the dark on whether or not they're gonna work. I know, like Dot was new, and they formed from mostly members of another clan that kind of broke away. But they're probably one of the only successful ones that I've really saw on iOS that recently started and actually started moving up. Usually they end up falling apart before they even make it to D.
Yeah, there's been a few other ones. There's Rubicon, and then there's Last Stand. Those two guys, they're different groups from Moab and Omega, and they're actually doing really, really well on their own. So
Yeah, we
there's
call
a
them
couple
the
other ones that
pirates.
I've seen. You what?
We call our Rubicon the pirates.
Why is that?
It's R,
R.
pirates.
Arg.
Have you run into the last guys yet?
I have, yeah, a few times.
They are beasts.
I think I'm more afraid of running into Chino, but he's like a one-arm or a one-person army when he's out there rolling, trying to get video. So,
But definitely Lost. I'll give them props, man. They're the strongest right there. But that's because of all their pilots, weapons, everything is maxed. That's why. But at the same time, skills wise, I mean, I would have to give it to all these other guys. 1%, Heat, you name it. Even Boom right now is like they're growing right now. So, shout out to Boom.
Boom, who's that?
Oh, you don't want to them? They're growing.
Be modest.
I'm sure half the server probably says, "Oh, look, it's the B% people."
B%.
Huh?
B%. I like that.
Yeah. But so I'm just trying to scroll through the chat here, see if I missing any questions. You guys go ahead. Feel free to kind of run with the discussion for a minute here. I'm just gonna kind of review back through the YouTube chat.
I see a lot of Vox players are actually running a lot more tanky builds. We actually ran into them a few last night, a few times, and we barely saw any Pantheon bots, with the exception of the occasional Nemesis. It was mostly all Falcons and Fenrir's, and Zach kind of just was a try.
Yeah, since I have a question for the Android players, since they had it a week before the iOS, like, what do they find best? Like bots wise, with Max pilots.
Oh man, the Falcon is a dangerous one. The Falcon, I was running my Ares this morning with all MK2 shotguns, blasting them right in the chest, and I couldn't even see that bar moving. I was like, oh my god, this is a tank. And that bot maxed out is doing some serious damage point blank. Not even touching that Falcon. It's a tank.
Yeah.
It has made the Falcon stronger. I actually like that it made the Hellburner come back a little bit. I've seen it more and more, and that was one of the builds I really enjoy playing.
It's fun. People hate it, but it's fun.
Yeah. It works too. It's something that works. It's one of those bitch tactics that people use, up front. They use a bunch of Hellburners, and it's really hard to defend when they can grab all the beacons with them. The same as the Ares train. I really wish that people would just go back to running builds that they like, instead of grouping up and making strategies and tactics that work. Because not every clan can run that or defend that. They're just running what they enjoy to run.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. That's why my hangar is always diverse, and because you never know. And I always play with the bots that I like to play. My teammates might not like it, but yeah, I just play with whichever one I like to play. It's more fun that way.
Exactly.
I agree.
And it gives you a challenge, like a challenge edge, instead of, you saw when I'm in one of those top squad, there was, hey, bring out your Ares. It's like, but I like to play with these guys because it challenged myself,
Yeah. Because the Ares works. If you put them 6 together and you spawn the next 14 bots all Ares, that it's going to work. You're going to win.
Yes.
That works. Go ahead and play something you enjoy to play, and don't run the Ares train. And that's what I have problem with some of the top bots that we face, or the top clans we face with in Android.
Because we don't do it that often. We try not to, honestly, unless we have to. Like if we're winning, you won't really see an Ares train with boss usually, just because it's boring. I don't want to win like that. We're just trying different things to make the game more challenging.
I like Ares, and I'm a full supporter of the Ares train. Just so you all know.
And you gave me crap about being the Hellburner guy last week.
No, I went off about people running Ares trains the other night on my live stream. Just, it gets so old to see over and over, and I get that it's a legit tactic. I understand that, and I guess if you're going against, another full squad, like a full-on squad that's somewhere in the neighborhood of being able to beat you or even compete, I can understand needing to use that tactic. And I even understand a little bit needing to practice the tactic. But to do it repeatedly, over and over, against partial squads or complete randoms, that's just lame. And I used a lot more colorful words on my stream. But,
hey, you can say it, it's no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they got no skill. That's a no skill move.
It's a no skill move, exactly, and it is a bitch move. And I'm tired of
It is.
seeing it. You know.
I was very colorful. Yes, I
There
even.
have been a lot of people who have saying they want the kind of to take the shield away and kind of make it like an access just around the spot that has a passive, so that's one spot and not anyone else around it. I think that if that was to be the change, then the play style of the Ares would definitely.
It would, but I was talking about it the other night, and the coding for that would be pretty tough. Because, if the shield's only protecting you, do they, lower the radius of the shield? And if they do that to where the shield is just, on your skin, is splash damage still going to get you? Because right now it don't, but if it's right up on you, I see a lot of problems with the coding on that. So, and Pixonic just said, no, we can't do that.
Well, that
I mean, it would be a great solution.
They probably wouldn't even take the time to do that.
Yeah.
That would make the Ares stronger. Because you would take away the very few counters that we have right now for the Ares, and that's to get in their shield.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And if you can't get inside the shield, which is how you kill them, it makes it even tougher. So I don't know with the coding if what people really want to see happen is even possible. I don't see how it is, honestly, without a lot of work that I don't think they'll do, honestly.
Franz is
They'll slow it down,
about,
change the HP, things like that, but I don't think they'll change the coding on the game.
Franz is talking about creating an arc reaction. 2 or more Ares activate their shields within milliseconds of each other. They blow up.
That was pretty funny.
That would be
if
hilarious.
they get if the shields touch.
Yeah.
If the shields touch, the bots are dead.
Then it would require skill.
That would require skill.
Probably
then
some module that disables an Ares shield.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
A lot of people are saying that too.
Disable their shield, but you got to remember it's more than just Ares that have that shield.
Yeah.
And it's not the shield so much that's the problem. It's them running them, sequentially, in large groups. The same thing that we had with the Hellburner. 1 Hellburner, not a problem. 6 Hellburners, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Well, one thing I've noticed now, and especially a lot more when we're playing squads like Heat and Lost and all them, some of the times you see them run a lot more Lokis, and the Lokis actually beat everything else sent to Beacon or wherever they're supposed to be going. So if you can get one thing that we have found that works well for us when we're running Beacon Rush and Dock Squad, I'm normally the one running my Loki with a beacon, and we'll have maybe 1 or 2 out of Junes running lockdown ammo behind us, and they'll just be pinging the Hellburners to give me extra seconds to cap that beacon so that they can start to spawn and keep the Hellburners away. So that's one thing that we've noticed to kind of deal with Hellburners, and it's actually been pretty useful.
Right.
I'd see the anti-control is what's helping the Hellburner out. Yeah, you get anti-control on it, you can't lock them down all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Then the Hellburner's a dangerous spot again.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing you can do is lock them down. That's the defense against Hellburners. Lock them down and then watch them blow themselves up.
Yeah, and it doesn't work every time. That is correct, and it will never work every time. But times that it does, it can dictate the outcome of that game.
Oh yeah, I mean, I talked about it last week because I was getting crap when I mentioned to lock down Gecko on my Hellburner. But man, Yemantau, getting to that center beacon, if you're playing a good clan, that is critical for Beacon Rush. If you're playing a really good clan, you're not getting that back. Yeah, that's just the way it is. It's a fluke if you do.
Because I know a few guys in Rubicon who have run flexes on their Hellburners, and ECUs.
Mm-hmm.
With the down. It's funny to watch those things run all over the place.
it's really fun to do, honestly. If you can lock down 4 people with a gecko, and my gecko's level 5, so it's hilarious running a level 5 weapon. Not caring, it does nothing for damage, but it will stop them from getting to the beacon and let me get to it first. So that's what it's there for.
You run like an Ansel on top of it, or what do you run on top of it?
Yeah, I run Ansel Gecko.
I know that most of you guys mentioned the Falcon, but man, I just tried the Veneer today again with changing my skills, my pilot skills. Oh my gosh, that guy!
He's another tank.
No, but to me, a lot better because his speed and the 3 weapons that he has on. I'm telling you, that guy will dominate. Yeah.
I run a maxed out plasma Fenrir and my modules on it. I leveled up. I just have 2 level 1 heavy armors and a level 4 last stand. But with the pilot skills that I have on it, I know I just spun a few to get the increased Aegis shield, which has actually been a huge help. But I'm working on the speed one as well, so it's the resistance every time the enemy has 3 beacons. It's good for just running straight to that center beacon there. Very hard to take down.
Yes.
Well, right now
there's a lot of punishment.
There's a and I think this is going to be a future discussion that I want to have on another episode, and that's the meta changes, because I think we're starting to see the beginning of some meta changes, and I think what's leading that right now is the tanks. A lot more tanks on the field. Seeing invaders coming back that had been put on the shelf for a while. A lot of people running Fenrirs, everybody jumping on the Falcon ever since Manny and Adrian did those videos. It's getting crazy, but the thing that these tanks have in common is a lot of health and a lot of damage resistance. But there's one thing that beats damage resistance: corrosion. So, if
And being
anybody's
too slow to get out of dodge. Those are all some slow bots, and they're great for beacon rush if you drop down and you're in the beacon saving it, but trying to spawn on domination to go get a beacon with those bots, they're too slow.
Yeah, and the other thing, especially towards the Falcon, is that yes, the damage resistance is nice. It's really good to just walk around. You can do whatever you want, but in the aspects of actually helping your team, this is one thing that my clan leader likes to point out a lot, is that it's still kind of slow and you only have that one weapon. So in the fact of actually doing damage to benefit for your team, you're only there as just another target for them to shoot at. You're not really doing too much damage.
You can hold a beacon for a while.
Yeah.
If you're on a
death
beacon,
mark and go on them by your business. Yep.
Oh yeah. We've started using a lot of death mark when we see those things. So
Yep.
death mark
To
and
me,
corrosion is definitely going to be
to me, have you guys tried Nemesis and Deathmark and Hades with Deathmark? Those 2 bots, they'll take out any of the tank bots pretty quick. Yeah, you guys really want to try that one.
The Hades retribution packs a punch.
Yes.
Those bullets are some serious business.
Yeah, but then again, you're also having to spend 40 power cells every time, which is it's fine for the top league play, but I think the average players, they don't have those kind of power cells, you know.
Yeah, that's true too. Good point.
I don't know. I personally I laugh every time my robots flicker in red, and I'm like, okay, somebody just wasted 40 power cells on me. I'm special.
I've actually been running the death mark for a while on my low key, and I actually, every time I use it, it's a lot of waste on the modules. My team's not ready to get them or out of range because I'm so fast. I get there so quick. I need them dead so I can get the beacon, but they're not in range. 5 seconds is pretty quick on that.
Yeah, but are you
You can lengthen that with pilot abilities though. I don't know the amount of seconds that it'll add on.
It adds a second, 1 second,
1
I
second.
think total.
Okay.
But I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. I think the most efficient use I found with it is guys that mark and you do the damage themselves. Um, I saw one guy, and this is just an example, not the best build, but probably a really fun build. But that the Vortex Spectre. Mark the target, launch your vortex, and watch them die.
Okay, that was a
Also
question
run
I
the-
had. So if you actually mark a target, you get the damage if you hit them.
Anybody.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but it's
Vortex out Guang is actually another really good setup. You don't have that one extra vortex, but it's I know I have a few people in DOT that actually run that, and they do a lot of damage with it, and they seem to enjoy it a lot. So that's another good thing to put Death Mark on it. One of
Hey,
my
Chief,
vortexes.
you've been watching my video, huh? You said screw the teammates, huh? That's why you just aim the death mark and use it on, for yourself, huh? Screw the teammates.
No, I mean it's just I don't know. My opinion, that's just the most efficient use of it. It would be great to use it in team play, but like you said, coordination. I mean, you got 4 or 5 seconds by the time you say, "Hey, I'm Death Mark, this guy, that guy." I mean, you gotta find the target, and then you gotta try and be in range and shoot the target. It's tough. I mean, you gotta be very disciplined to pull that off in the team play setting, or you got a lot of people running Death Mark and a lot of people wasting them, which I also see because I'll usually get marked like 2 or 3 times all at the same time. So that's a lot of power cells people are wasting. All right, but we're kind of getting sidetracked a little bit off the topic here. I just want to try and get us a little bit back into the merger. Kind of wind it down a little bit here. Like I said, nobody knows when the merger is going to happen. We just know that it's being planned and actively worked on. I think some of the guys said, probably a year, more than a year. I don't know. What are the main things you're looking forward to with the merger, and is there anything you can do to prepare yourself for the merger even this far out?
Start talking to all the iOS people that I'm friends with, and have always said I'd join your clan if I could. Remind them that they said that.
Yeah, they might have to raise the clan member limits.
Oh, you can by spending all your gold.
Yeah, right. Yeah, not in this
Way
economy.
too much gold.
No,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
way
people
too
do that
much gold.
anymore. All the gold is going towards pilots. Where everyone's gold is going at this point. At least that's where mine went.
Yeah, we got our number up to 40, and getting 41 is just a ridiculous amount. I can't even remember how much it is. I was just like, wow, yeah, I don't see that would happen. But I said that at 39 too, and we got to 40, and so I guess maybe one day. But yeah, it's a crazy amount of money.
A lot of the newer clans that have just started, like Rubicon Last and DOT, a lot of those haven't actually filled up their members. It's mostly just been a concrete group of like a few people. In our the first season, the first two or three seasons, we only had like 17 people in DOT, and I know that in Last, I think they only have around 10 people or less, but people in Last are already up to C. I know the Rubicon guys have got like 15 or so people. They're already up in B, and these guys haven't been kicking around for very long, but they've still got a lot of space. So I know that there's going to be a few clans that are already up there that'll definitely have some room.
Right. Well, my clan is usually full. We try to keep it full, but it's quality over quantity for the most part. But I do think that's something Pixonic needs to review too with the merger is, do they need to increase clan sizes? Because, I mean, with where they're at right now, it's already tough enough unless you're like really strict on your entry requirements, and you really pay attention to how many you let in from different time zones.
I would
You know,
also bring a big change to like the clan league system too.
oh yeah, that's kind of a joke the way it is, but it gives us
Yeah.
something to kind of pull together. You're friends with and work towards. So I guess that's a positive.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely created more frustration than it needed to. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, any of you, the viewers, I mean, is there anything you guys are, looking forward to, planning on doing? I don't know. Like personally, I'm just gonna sit back, watch all the chaos, and then just keep doing what I'm doing because it's not gonna change. That's me. I'm pretty simple like that.
I'm going to be watching YouTube for some battles that many have been waiting to see.
Yeah, I want to see. I can't wait to see any of the new players or lost players or the box players. I have never seen any of the Android squads. I've never seen any videos on them running, so I don't know what to expect from them. But from what I hear from everyone on the Android platform and all the posting and from both sides, it's going to be an interesting to see. The plans duke it out with everyone on Android.
Well, I think if Sonic was smart, they would like sell tickets and coordinate some kind of an event for that.
Let us all run like Cossacks with no weapons on the side and watch it.
Yeah.
You think that the
Oh,
nerd
man.
could also bring in like an
I know one thing. Whoever's on iOS, I don't care who the top guys are. These KOR Korean guys, they must be sitting in some warehouse somewhere with a bunch of laptops, and they show up and work 8 hours a day. They put up crazy fucking numbers, but let me tell you, they run the same bots. They run together, and they are fucking nasty. Excuse my language, they're insane. I don't care what Android has put up. Those guys can run a squad that'll put them in the ground. So I'm curious to see what you can do with them, because I think they're government funded.
Hey, don't worry. Don't worry, I say. Chino Q and his gang will take them on any day, man. Just tell them.
Do it, bro. I can't wait to see the version.
Looking forward to it.
I'm so excited to see more clans. Different clans, different people, different styles. I'm excited. I can't wait for it. I hope it fixes how many times I have to see fucking randoms and just run over them and get the clan points and the silver and move on. It's getting boring. I hope I can see Vox and DOT, any of them. I'm looking for more clans. I hope it happens.
More challenging
soon.
matches.
Yeah.
Less 2-minute battles. There shouldn't be 2-minute battles.
I
want to see 8-minute brawls.
Yeah, those are the ones that are the best to watch.
Yeah, the games come down to 1-on-1 or 2-on-1, and you see it go down to the end, and it's like, holy shit, we won, barely. That's what keeps me coming back.
Good matches are tough and rare to come by on iOS. Good even clans between the two, and with matchmaking, I'm telling you, it's completely broken. When you're in a full squad, you don't run into other full squads. If you're running 3, 4, 5, that's all you see is full squads.
Yep.
All right, guys. Yep. This is Chino Q, Chief. Great show. I gotta go. I gotta mow the lawn and shit, but I'll be back next time. All right. Thank you all, guys.
All right, man.
Later, bros.
Later, Chino. Look forward to hopefully seeing you guys take out Ford.
I hope I see you on the battlefield one day.
Adios, muchachos.
I hope so.
All right. Thank you.
Dude, it's fun. I used to hate seeing that dude every time, and I would call him all kinds of names, but then I watched a couple of his videos, and man, I can't get mad at the guy anymore. It's just, I guess it is what it is, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the videos now
Watch some of
and
his
check them
videos now,
out.
too.
I haven't heard much about iOS, but I heard that Vox is one of the teams to watch out over there.
Well, Vox has
Fox
a
is
lot
a
of
very,
good players,
very
but
coordinated, very, very smart group of players.
they're different than some of
Yeah.
the other top clans because they don't necessarily chase the meta as much. So they kind of get to experiment a little bit more. I mean, you've got some of the other top clans, Lost, 1%. They're strictly meta, That's
Yeah.
4 Ares, Aljun, maybe a Hellburner, but
5 Ares.
or 5 Ares, but sure, I mean, it gets them up there, and they get all kinds of points, and they're high level in S clan, but they don't have as much fun.
It's
I don't
boring.
think. It's
Yeah.
it's
It
gotta be
works.
boring.
I can't fault them for that, but like you just said, that is so boring. So
Yeah.
boring. Make it challenging.
Yeah, like the Vox players, the Sunday streams that Adrian does, where they use old bots with meta weapons. It's pretty insane what they do, and we've actually that's one of the ways where we started getting some people to recognize us. Is we ended up time dropping them first time we found out that they did it, and we didn't know what they were doing, so we just dropped in, and we ended up kind of using the hangers at first, but after that we kind of started leveling up some older bots to run with them, and we'd time drop them every time that we'd get, and it was pretty fun. Running those old school, like I'd be running a Rhino with a Corona and Halos, I'd be chasing Adrian down, or Togi, or all them, and it's pretty. What they do is pretty interesting. They're very respective of the bots and the people around them, and the fact that they're going to continue to run these setups, even though that they're going to get probably crushed if they run into like a heat squad and all that. But Vox is I respect them. They're a very good group of players.
Well, I know they made it to my ears on Android. I don't keep up with the social media much, but they've made it to my ears. So
Cool. Well, I don't know that we got anywhere with the discussion on on the merger, but
yes, we did. Pixonic, please bring it to us. We
Please
need
do
it.
Yes.
That's pretty
Do
much
it.
it.
Put the money into it and give it to us, please.
Gimme.
You've made plenty of money from us. Invest some back in.
Well,
I put a lot in.
They've made a lot of money from this game, and they also did, confirm that they are working on another game title. Who knows what it is, or I mean, it's going to be Russian, some who knows what mobile game, but probably not anything like War Robots.
They're working on another game?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So this one is obviously going to fund that, so they need to put the money in this one to keep the longevity of this one going. I mean, it's gone for 5 years, which is huge for a mobile game. Most mobile games are dead in less than a year. But, I think this game could get stretched out much further, but it has to get the merger done, and it has to bring the community together. And, maybe something like this, getting together, us talking, I try to bring Android, or, I haven't really had much luck getting any of the PC players on, but,
That was for the merge. I haven't. Forgive me if my specificity on this is incorrect, but I've only seen talk that they're only merging iOS and Android. Do you think they might, either in this one or further down the road, incorporate the Amazon and Steam players with the iOS and Android players as a whole? That's something that I was wondering, and if that's already been confirmed as a yes or a no, then
it hasn't. I don't think they've said either way, but I don't personally foresee them being able to merge the Steam or Game Room guys together, or with us, because there's very different restrictions as far as what kind of coding can be used, and advertising and things like that. I don't see that happening. And to be perfectly honest, and I hate to say it, but I don't I don't think that they will be putting much more into the Steam or Game Room platforms. They've already shut down, what was it, VR, their VR.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they'll continue on for a while. Don't get me wrong, but at some point, I think support for the PC realm is probably going to come to an end, and it'll happen before the mobile,
Yeah.
So, who knows? I don't know. Maybe somebody from Pixonic can address that in the next dev stream, which I think is coming up here in like a week or sometime next week. Is another dev stream of some kind, or maybe it's just still War Robots, some kind of stream that they're doing. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It happens. Got brain damage.
One thing, just one last thing that I wanted to point out is that a lot of the iOS players, in regards to the fact that the Android players can use emulators, a lot of the iOS players have been pushing to for Pixonic to like make the game controller compatible for like the people who have like those Nimbus series controllers. I have one myself, and I actually tried using it a little while ago. I can move my robot around, but I can't do anything else. He can walk, and that's it. I can't turn around. I can't like look. I can't shoot. But I think that as long as they have that, I think that would be definitely change things up, and it's something that I would actually enjoy. I want to use that controller on that game so bad.
Well, I think that's going to be a moot point in the very near future anyway, at least for iOS players, because the next generation iPads, or the next generation for iOS for iPad, is going to have mouse support. So,
problem solved.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Nice.
And I don't know.
Awesome.
I don't know what limitations that's going to be as far as are they going to have to include the mouse support in their game coding or decline it? I don't know, but it's coming, so they're going to have to adapt in some way.
Yeah, in addition to the mouse, I didn't know about the mouse. I did see something that they were going to make it so that you could use like Xbox One and PS4 controllers or something.
No, I don't know about that, but
I don't see why they would do that when there's already these whole bunch of different controllers that have been made for mobile devices.
Right. But I mean, I think there's a lot more to be discussed, obviously, as more information gets released to us. But I think it's going to be important for us to kind of plan ahead, make some some relationships between the two platforms, and just I think that's the best thing that anybody can do at this point is reach out. Don't try to keep that huge separation of iOS, Android, because at some point in the future we are going to be all one platform. So
Hey, I'll tell all the iOS guys, if the merger happens, we are not we won't discriminate against platforms. If you're a GoPilot, you're more than welcome in.
No, I will absolutely discriminate against everybody trying to use an Apple IIc because it just doesn't run.
Until I get shown a reason not to.
Right.
All I can say is I'm a cool guy that wants to get on in the afternoon, and I want to enjoy making other robots fall in the face with my friends.
Yeah, that's what the game's all about.
Like that's what it's all about. You take losses with it, you have fun with it, you try to get on top with damage if you can't, whatever. But you have fun with who you're on with Discord and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a social aspect. You know, and for me, it's a huge part of it with this game, and it makes it a lot of fun. You know, it's a place to hang out, talk with your friends, blow shit up, kill some reds, get wrecked, whatever you want to
Oh
call
yeah.
it.
If we
Exactly.
didn't start using
Exactly.
Discord, I highly doubt I'd still be playing this game. If I didn't have the comms with it, where you actually build relationships with these people, to where one day you actually go drive 6 hours and meet them for a weekend. You know,
Yeah.
that's
the same
like
for me.
we didn't know each other at all, and we're about best friends now. You know, met for the first time this weekend, which was pretty
Honestly,
cool.
we had a clan member, a family member died, and our clan raised $650 and gave it to him as just to help him through what he was going through. The family aspect or the brotherhood that you make on just some crazy mobile game, that's so much fun, is amazing. I couldn't even imagine that I would have what I have today with having the 34th ranked Android team. It is fucking amazing. The guys are great. They're fucking great.
Right. Cool. Yeah, Discord is the game changer. We
It
stress
is.
that a lot, and we're slowly getting some people turned around on that, and you know, it's
It was a hard move when we finally made it required because we knew we were going to lose some guys. I won't say good players, but guys who put up activity. And at the time, that was kind of a priority. It's like if you put up really good activity, we are trying to move up, so we'll make a spot for you. But then we finally decided it's like it comes down to do I want people in here that I can squad with, make friends with, and use comms together for everyone to get better. That's more important than activity. So we made that shift, and I'm so glad we did. I wish we would have done it sooner.
right.
If you're in our clan, you're required to be on Discord. Period.
Yeah, it's the
There's
same,
no way
same
around
for
it.
us. We have our in the clan description for us, we have our thing set to 10,000 cups to motivate people to look at our clan description, because our server invite is in our clan description, and if they want to join, they have to join our Discord. If they send us a join request and they are not in channel and we have not talked to them, we try and talk to people on comms. We try and get a feel for them, whether the rest of the team likes them or not, and we're gonna get them in there. But if they ask to join and they're not on Discord, or they refuse to do Discord, then they don't have a place.
Right. And that's kind of more for the health of the clan overall, because we do have that, that communication, that camaraderie, that brings the community together a lot closer. So yeah, I'm all for the Discord use. But I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. And I would like to, probably down the road, maybe get us back together and talk this topic over again as maybe time gets closer, or maybe more information comes out. Just because I knew it was going to be a tough topic, but first step is let's get Android and iOS at least on the same page on here. So
Another thing I'm going to be curious to see with it, because I know quite a few people who change platforms. They go to get a new phone, they get an iPhone. Well, you have an Android account, you can't transfer it over. If they do a merger, is that something that's going to be possible to be able to transfer your iOS over to an Android when you finally get smart and buy the right kind of phone? I don't know.
I would
Wow.
assume that it would.
Sorry, I had to make a stab. Sorry.
That's right. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, most people that have Apple phones would be better served with the 6 Android phones that they can buy for the same price.
Right? You
But-
just got to buy batteries more often, but batteries are cheaper than the phone.
But no, yeah. I mean, that's that's something that I would think would probably get dealt with in the coding with the game. I think it would have to move away from any platform-specific coding, which means the accounts would then carry over to regardless of the platform. So at least I'm hoping that's how it would work. I don't see it working any other way. But I'm not the smart guy here.
I'm not either. I just know that I've known several people over the years that switch and are screwed. They work 2-3 years on a champion hanger, and I mean, do you really want to do that again and go through the grind again? And most of them have quit playing, and they have this perfectly good account that they just can't use.
Yeah, that does suck. Personally, I would start over if I had to, if that but if like for whatever reason my whole clan up and switched, I would start over a new account just to hang out with them. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen between now and when the merger takes place, and hopefully they'll get a little better with the communication and let us know kind of ahead of time how things are going to work, because I think a lot of things can be caught ahead of time, and I think most of the community just wants to be involved in knowing what's going on. So hopefully they'll continue. They have made some improvements with the communication, but we'll see if that they can build on that. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show here, guys. It was absolutely great having you guys on the show today. Like I said, I would love to have you guys back, either discussing this topic or maybe, some other topic. I really want to keep, Android reps, especially, involved with my channel because, I'm iOS, and even though it's the same game, there could be differences between the two that I'm just not aware of. So kind of important to get that, keep that communication and keep the relationship going.
I would love to find a pilot that has a champion level hanger in iOS and Android and can actually tell you about the differences. I would love to find that guy.
Right. The only one that I know of is Adrian. Adrian has a BattleRec account on iOS and Android. So maybe we can get him on the show and ask him.
That would be awesome. I'd like to, actually just hear them. What are the differences? I don't want to hear like iOS is better or Android's better. I'm more curious about, is there a system advantage? Right. Does iOS run it better? Does Android run it better? I've never played both. I have no idea.
Right. And I know Adrian mentions sometimes on his streams, when he's on the different platforms, he does kind of mention here or there, some minor differences that he notices. But I too am kind of interested to know, is there any major differences, tactics, the Legend League players in Android, are they kind of running similar hangers? Is the meta the same between the two? Because I mean, I know I watch a lot of YouTube videos and different streamers from Android, and I mean, what I see in their hanger is not necessarily what I generally come across when I'm playing on iOS. So yeah, I'm interested in that kind of stuff more than is it smoother gameplay or whatever. But I think there probably are people out there that have been on both in Champion League, so maybe I'll go on a hunt and try and find somebody. But yeah, and to all the viewers, I apologize if you asked a question and I did not get it. Sometimes tough for me to go back and forth with the chat there, but I'm still working on it. So if you guys want to have any last parting words, now is your chance, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give my closing spiels and shut down the stream.
I think one of the viewers asked in chat where to find guest channels.
Oh, guest channels. For Toxic and Chino Q, I do have links to their channels in the video description for this stream, so feel free to check those out. and I don't think Mechagod. I don't think I put a link for the Facebook page, but it was in last Sunday's. I might be able to get in and edit it and add that too. But yeah,
The War Robots for Friends.
check it out. It's pretty
Yeah,
positive.
it's nice, friendly community. No trolls allowed. And I don't have to kick anybody. It's great.
Yeah.
We don't have people that require moderation. It's awesome. That was totally opposite of one of the other Facebook groups I was a moderator of, where I'd wake up in the morning and ban 20 people every morning. It was a regular thing. 10 minutes in bed banning people for just stupid stuff. We don't have any of that. So if you don't like trolls, you want a friendly environment, check out War Robots for Friends.
Cool. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate everybody that stuck it out. And, for future streams, don't be shy. Type in your questions, thoughts, whatever. I will do my best to get those aired. I also try to bring different guests on. Sometimes I bring previous guests on, as long as they are they have somewhat to do with what the topic is, which brings me to topics of the stream. I'm always on the lookout for new topics. I want to know what it is that you guys are thinking about, what you want to talk about. So at any point after this video publishes, feel free to write down in the comment section topics for future streams. I will go through those and do my best to try and get those put together. Yeah, that's going to be it. Just a quick reminder for this stream and previous streams. I do get them uploaded onto podbean.com and the iTunes podcast, so you can always refer back to this stream or a previous stream in the future. And with that, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will catch you guys next time.